Welcome back, guys. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Although by the time you see this it's going to be well past Father's Day, but never mind, it is what it is. Get out that sunlight a bit, it's a bit bright. Right then, so yeah, Father's Day. Had a nice little gift today. So the missus, the kids have bought me, should I say, have bought me, I'll spin you around and I'll give you a look. This fella, Fishmate P7000 Auto Feeder. I think missus were getting a bit fed up coming out here to feed them for me while I were at work, so that's what she's been out and got me. Now this holds, I think it says on instructions it's got a 7 litre capacity, so I've got it filled up to the brim. Now from the little time that I've spent with this feeder, just going through all settings and reading instructions, the only thing that bugs me about it is the smallest unit it does is 1 unit, so it disperses food out via units. That's all it does. You can't do it in weight, grams or anything like that. It just disperses it in units depending on what the weight is of your food. What size pellet you're feeding will determine how much food you're feeding out in grams. So I'm using a 3mm pellet, and 1 unit is equal to about 11 or 12 grams. Now currently the fish are getting 34 grams a day, while I've been getting this bleeding filter under control. It's getting there now, it's just about there, and then I can start raising my feed again. But I've been feeding 34 grams a day. Now 1 unit, like I say, is about 11 or 12 grams. So, and I've been splitting them 34 grams between 4 feeds. Now with this I can't do it that way, because my minimum feed, like I say, is 1 unit, which is 11 grams. So to get it near enough to 34 grams a day, what I've had to do is do it in 3 feeds throughout the day, and feed it 1 unit per feed, so about 11 grams per feed for the time being. So that's how I'm having to do it. As I start taking my feed up, then obviously I'll be able to adjust that to suit. Now it has got another feature on it where you can set it to do frequent feeds throughout the day, so you can set it to do more than 3 feeds. But what you do, you set your first feed time and your last feed time, and then you basically tell it, you program it in how many feeds you want to do throughout the day and how many units per feed. So you don't really get to set, if you're doing it in frequent feeding anyway, you can't set the times that you're feeding at. You can only do that if you're feeding on the standard 3 feeds per day. If you're using the frequent feed option, you can't choose the time of day you feed. It just, I don't know, well, to be honest with you, at the moment I don't really know how it does it. I don't know whether it just does an average calculation depending on how many feeds you want to do throughout the day or what. I don't know yet. We shall find that one out as we use it a bit more. But yeah, nice little gift anyway. I've been wanting an auto feeder for a little while now, so that's going to come in handy for me. As you'll have seen, I've also got my big IBC tank, what I 5-fingered from work. Yeah, surplus to requirements now at work, so back at van, I've had it, make use of that. There's a beastie boy, 1000 litre IBC. And so I think this is going to be just turned into one gigantic moving bed filter. Now I think what I'm going to end up having to do with it, because it is a great big thing, It's quite surprising how big they are. What I'm going to end up having to do, definitely not go in its shed, that's a big no. Take up too much space, I'll have to take door out, I'll have to make door all bigger and everything, it's just not going in its shed. So what I think I'm going to end up having to do is down here, outside at shed, where all this crap is. Now, on camera, this don't look like a very big space, and to be quite honest with you, it's not a very big space. So what I'm going to end up having to do is shift all this crap, get it all out of the road, and then all this pile and all this bit of banking here, and we have to dig this out, sort of level it back at shed and down here, dig all that out so I can make a nice clear area up here. And then I've measured it, the IBC, and if I put it in long ways, it should just go in this gap. Not by much, it's going to be very, very tight, but it should go in. Now, obviously, hold on guys, let me spin you back round. Now, obviously, with it being a moving bed filter, I'm going to need to come up with some way of protecting it, well, protecting from any UV penetration getting to it. So I'm going to have to box it in to, like I say, to prevent any UV penetration into the filter itself. So I will have to end up building some sort of box around it outside of there. But like I say, it is very, very tight, so I'm going to have very little room to do much around it. But I'm just going to have to try and do the best I can with it. When I'm going to do it, I'm not too sure yet. I've got other things that I need to be getting on with at the time being. But it's going to make one hell of a bleeding filter, I know that. Yeah, so not really been up to a lot, guys, to be honest with you. Today just been pottering really, usual water testing, maintenance checks, everything's checking out fine, hunky dory. This video may turn out to be quite a long one because I'll probably end up doing a few more bits throughout the week. It's Sunday today, so I'll probably end up doing a few more bits throughout the week. Next weekend we've got a trip down Basingstoke, and if you know what's down Basingstoke, then you know. So I'm really looking forward to that. A few honours going down, and there's a surprise going down too. So yeah, that's about it for the time being, guys. Not really much to show you. You can see what the fish are doing, if we can see. And yeah, I have had covers on, guys, because today it's been one of them days where weather's not known what to do with itself. In fact, the past couple of days it's been like it. Temperature's been up and down, and it's just not known what to do with itself. Days it's been sunny, then it's been pissing it down. Yeah, it's just not known what to do with itself. So that's why they've been on. Water's looking gin clear. These plants what I bought for back of here, I did say that I'm no plant expert. So as you'll see with these guys, they have started going brown. As someone quite rightly pointed out to me, they're not outdoor plants, guys. So these are going to end up coming indoors before they die off fully. Otherwise I've wasted 80 quid. Shower's going well still. getting a really nice bit of bio on this front tray now, where you probably not see it in this light due to the sun, but if I can, you see that on there. All sorts of little larvae and everything starting to grow on there. And then the media itself, there's a little spider floating there. Where's that? Probably not getting, oh, it's off. Can't get it now. The media itself, if I can. Lovely. Getting a nice spray going in there. So yeah, inside there's absolute carnage with all that water crashing about. Yeah, so that's about it for the time being, guys. Come back to me. Come back. That's it. Yep, that's about it for the time being, guys. Sure there'll be something else in week to report back with. So I'll probably snap back to you in week sometime. And if not, catch you next weekend, guys. See you in a bit.